Hello Gemini, welcome to October. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Gemini for October. And we've got a couple things going on this month. On October 5th, we have a full moon in Aries, and that's hitting your 11th house. That is, it's the house of outer community networks. It's the house of humanity as a whole, sometimes science or innovation, but it's really about connections with others and ideas, sharing information. So Aries brings a lot of passion and drive and enthusiasm and a willingness to break through barriers and get things done. So with a full moon in Aries in your 11th house, it's kind of like there's a spotlight on you, Gemini, as far as, you know, in the circles of your friends, within marketing, within your family, just any groups or communities that you're a part of. It's firing you up and it's shining a big spotlight on you. It's sort of like saying you've arrived, you're here on stage, you've got something to share potentially, or you're just feeling fiery and passionate and lively in terms of how you connect with others. So that's kind of nice. On October 10th, we've got Scorpio. We've got Jupiter moving into Scorpio, and that's happening in your 6th house of day-to-day, of routines and work and health and fitness. And that's going to be there for the next year, Gemini, until November 2018. So Scorpio is a sign of deep feeling and intensity. So it may feel like there's a certain intensity in terms of your work and or health or fitness, but Jupiter is a planet of great benefit. It's a planet that expands things and brings good things with it. So if it's any sort of intensity, it might just be that you have an intensity towards or deep feeling towards, you know, doing good things with your health or with your work. It might be that you're bringing a certain passion to your work. I just got Empress jumping out, and that's the sign of abundance, which is what Jupiter is about. It's about bringing blessings. So I'm kind of getting that your work and your fitness or your work and your health are going to have this expansive, beneficial sort of renaissance is the word that I'm getting, because Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. So some of you may be experiencing a renaissance in terms of your health and your work, your day-to-day schedules. Kind of wonderful. And that's, again, lasting through the whole year until next November. Then on October 19th, we have a new moon in Libra that's happening in your 5th house. And that's the house of creativity, passion, performance. It's anything that you give birth to. It's anything. Leo is the natural ruler of the 5th house, and Leo is all about expressing with the heart and giving birth to things and sharing things, being on stage, connecting with your solar plexus. With this new moon being in Libra in your 5th house, I'm getting the sense that it's really about new romance. Because Libra is the sign that governs relationships. That's all about grace and beauty and equality, balance. So 5th house is just, you know, it's the love, sex, romance house. So I'm kind of getting that there's a new passion, the potential for a new beginning of romance in your relationships. Wonderful time to begin a new chapter there, Gemini. And some of you, it could be, you know, a new child. 5th house is also the house of children. So really good stuff happening there for you beginning October 19th if you decide to start something new there, or a new chapter, I should say. So let's just get straight into the reading for Gemini and see what's coming up in October. We open with King of Wands in reverse, then 8 of Coins, 6 of Wands. This is also emphasizing that Jupiter in your 6th house of work and and success. This is the house. This is the card of work, working hard. 8 of Coins, producing money, working hard, grinding it out, but like whistling while you work. And this is the card of success, 6 of Wands. So these two together, it's kind of re-emphasizing that message for you, Gemini. Then we have Ace of Swords. It's a revelation, an aha moment. I'll talk about the King of Wands in reverse. Double aces, right after another. That's a new beginning. This is a new truth, new belief, new idea. That's how it's the aha moment. And then this is Ace of Coins, which is new, something new that the universe wants to give you, that the divine is presenting to you. Really doubly emphasize new beginning. Aces are new beginnings, Gemini. High Priestess, Chariot in reverse. Interesting here with this in reverse, head to head with this one, and side by side with this one. There's some similarities with these cards I'll talk to you about. King of Cups in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, Judgment in reverse. Lots of major Arcana cards coming up. And then Queen of Coins is how the month ends. So let's take a look at this, Gemini. The opening of the month says, you know, I'm kind of seeing that some of you may not be feeling as bold or confident as you normally are, and not the one in charge is what I'm seeing. It's almost like you're giving the crown to someone else to be, you're kind of stepping down from the throne, is what I'm hearing from this, especially maybe in relation to work. This could be like a boss that is supervising your work, and even if you're normally the one who's in charge, you're handing that over to someone else to be the authority in the beginning of October. Or either that, or there may be some sort of questioning to your confidence or your boldness. This is King of Wands, who's usually very confident, very bold, very enterprising, sort of like a big ideas kind of person, and does things in a big, bold, brash, unique way. They like broke the mold when they made this guy. So with that in reverse, it's saying there may be some challenges to your confidence or your boldness, or you're not necessarily seeing the big picture. And that's okay. You don't have to always be large and in charge. That's what you're saying. You might not really feel like doing that, and you might be letting someone else take that spot. Potentially also this could be a fire sign person, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, who you may not be seeing eye to eye with. I kind of get, like, for some of you, that this may be an overbearing boss that is literally supervising your work and almost like micromanaging. Because they're in the reverse position, it's not necessarily the most beneficial thing. They may not be, it's more a critical approach. But I see you just, putting your head down and working hard and having great success with that. So I wouldn't worry too much about if any fire sign or if any sort of overbearing person is showing up for you. I would say just, let them call the shots, let them have the big ideas, let them do their thing. But you can just focus on the task in front of you and work away and produce the results. The results are showing up. 6 of Wands and 8 of Coins are really about producing good things and having success with it. 8 of Coins is about working hard, creating these objects that you can either sell or that it's producing money. It's good results. And it can mean producing large sums of money. And 6 of Wands means getting recognition, getting celebrated. The person who comes in and saves the day, the person on the white horse, the victor, the person who's victorious and triumphant with this wreath of laurels. For some of you too, it's actually funny. I'm kind of getting that even though you may have an immediate supervisor or someone who is reviewing your performance, potentially in a negative way or in a way that doesn't recognize you, the fact that your work speaks for itself is what I get with this. And that, the truth shows up anyway. Someone's recognizing this. This is the aha moment. This is the crowning victory. This is the truth showing up and setting everything straight, clearing away all the BS and all the nonsense, potentially any influence by someone who, in a position of authority, who isn't seeing eye to eye with you or isn't seeing you accurately. But with both this Six of Wands and Ace of Swords, it doesn't matter. This is success, and this is the truth being seen for what it is. These are both victorious cards. They're about, each of them is about victory in their own way. This is the victory of the truth. It's almost like the truth is on your side. And this one is just being recognized, getting that promotion, being seen as a success, being seen as the one who saves the day. I kind of get the sense for some of you too that by working away, you solve a problem that everyone sees how valuable your contributions are, and that's just the truth of the matter. So if you're experiencing any friction with someone in an authority position, especially if they like to call the shots and be brash and bold and be seen, and like they're usually, King of Wands is usually in motion. They're usually loud and, you know, large and in charge is what I say for that card. But just work away. It's going to be recognized. The results, the proof is in the pudding in some ways is what I'm seeing here. And the truth sets you free. This is clarity. This is revelation. This is, for some of you too, I'm seeing that you're recognizing that your work is valuable and you're successful at it. And that maybe if some of you are working under someone who is a little oppressive or fiery or argumentative potentially, that some of you may have this aha moment and say, you know, maybe I want to work for myself. Maybe that is this new beginning that is coming in, new money, new lifestyle, potentially, new door to walk through and say, oh my gosh, I just thought of somewhere else that I can go and apply my efforts and receive these new things. Potentially. It's a new beginning regardless. And it's one that I see because it's preceded by the success and recognition card of Six of Wands. It's one where you will be recognized and you will have success. And all this blue background says it's sort of like blue skies ahead. It's about clarity. It's about thinking logically. Blue usually represents logic and thought. It's the air element, so it is the mental realm, of which you, Gemini, that's your element, so that's ruling you. You're really thinking clearly. And with this aha moment, it may take you from one success to a new beginning. I'm even seeing someone may pick you off for new work. They may say, you may be recognized for your work to the point where they want you on their team and they're saying, here's a job offer. I love what you're doing. So that's good stuff, Gemini. I really like it. Don't worry about these kings in reverse. These are usually authority figures. You're at a 180 from them in October, but it doesn't really matter because you're producing effects and work that are getting recognized and that have good results. So take that for what it is. You've got a big new beginning coming in. I'm going to say right around October 10th, because that's when Jupiter, that planet of blessings, is going into Scorpio, your house of work, your house of day-to-day. And this is a new beginning there. So it's saying like you might have a whole new schedule. You might have a whole new way of approaching things or receiving money. It might be that you get this great idea about how to transform some of this work that you've been doing into something that profits you and benefits you and is another stream of income, very potentially. So tune into whatever messages you're getting here. High Priestess knows the answer. She has the information. She gets quiet and listens to that small inner voice inside. And that's the crescent moon talks about listening to your intuition and trusting it. There might be some sort of, you Geminis are sort of two-sided. You have two different aspects to you. That's what the twins symbol is about. And there might be some way in which you want to trust your intuition and the information that you're getting, but you're not really sure about how to proceed forward with it. Chariot is another card of victory. There's 3 cards that talk about success, victory, and also victory here. But with this in the reverse and in the middle of the month, you can see in both of these cards, they kind of weigh things about which way is left and which way is right, what side is passionate, which side is logical. She's got this black pillar and this white pillar that's surrounding her. These are actually like the pillars of Solomon's temple, which is the temple of knowledge, which is where she's sitting. And Chariot has 2 horses in motion. So this is about following your gut instinct, your passionate side, you know, the creative side. I call it the right brain. And then this is more about the left brain, which is more logical, analytical, rational, planning. The reason that Chariot is successful and victorious is because he has a great balance between these 2. He follows his gut impulses about which way to go and makes decisions that lead his chariot to cross that finish line and make the correct decisions. It's about decision making to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. High Priestess is much more solid and much more fixed. She's just sort of collecting and gathering information. She's like a radio where she's just sort of pulling information from the ethers, which is very much like what you Geminis are like, in the sense that you're the 3rd house of communication. You can kind of tune into something and grasp information very readily. What I'm getting, though, is that you're getting intuitive information, but you're not necessarily trusting it enough to take action on it yet. Or that you're questioning, you know, here's something that I know. I think this is true. Can I go forward with it? So it might be that you're coming up against someone in an authority position that is calling that into question for you. But I'm really going to say for October, Gemini, trust your inner instincts and sort of lean on the results that you're producing and the recognition that you're getting from that, because this new beginning is kind of screaming out at you, or it's basically got flashing lights around it. It's saying you can begin this, you can start this. This is an aha moment, you know, revelation, clarity, and this is an invitation to pass through this door, like saying here's the coin to get you through that subway gate, or here's the gift that's going to take you into your new life. Here is the seed that's going to plant this new garden for you. So really trust that and listen to that, Gemini. It's okay if you don't know how to take forward motion on it yet. Just the reliance on your gut instincts, which is what both of these cards do, is what's going to serve you in the middle of the month. And I'm especially getting that this is related to your work or fitness, because that's where, or your health, that's where the planet of Jupiter in Scorpio is showing up for you, all related to your work. So that's going on there. Again, King of Cups is usually someone who, he's a king, he usually in the upright position is someone who's very gentle, very loving, good husband, good father, good partner, compassionate, caring, considers other people's feelings. But in the reverse position, it's saying you may not be feeling that way. You may not be experiencing someone who is normally that way. Usually this is a water sign person, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So you may be experiencing a water sign person who is not acting the normal way that you're used to them acting, or that you're at cross purposes with them. They're not allowing you to move forward on your ideas, potentially. It could show up a number of different ways, but in some ways it doesn't really matter, because they're not affecting your ideas and the information. You're still able to gather this information by being quiet and observing. That's really going to serve you, even more so than taking action on anything. I want you to think about maybe being receptive and passive, receiving energy in instead of charging forward. That's what's featured for the middle of the month for you. And it's sort of like taking this and running with it. You know, this new idea, this new thought that crowns you, you know, you can meditate upon that. You can let this be a seed that you plant and let it germinate, is what I'm getting. towards the end of the month, you have Hierophant in reverse and Three of Swords in reverse, and then Judgment in reverse. So I'm really seeing there's a betrayal or heartbreak or disappointment that you may need to forgive someone about. And this could be someone you're married to. This could be troubles in your marriage, or finding out about an infidelity potentially, or letting go of something from the past. All of these are related somehow, Gemini. And this could just mean doing things in a way that is not traditional, or doing things in a way that bucks the system, doing things in a way that is unconventional with Hierophant in reverse. With Three of Swords in reverse and Judgment together, I'm seeing that there may have been a hurt, a betrayal, potentially that involves three people. Because I've seen three people here too. That's the family unit. So it's something, it feels like it's something within the family unit that's really requiring forgiveness, but you're having a hard time giving forgiveness. And it could be forgiveness of you or of someone else. This is a rebirth, and it's the spiritual fire that renews. And that's really what forgiveness does, is it renews things. It lets the baggage of the past go, these old souls that are dead and buried, old stories. It lets them sort of burn away and releases them. So I'm kind of getting that there might be a grudge here, Gemini, an old hurt past, and maybe a big spiritual lesson potentially that is still up for review, or it's still up for gaining clarity on it. Towards the end of the month, that may be a focus for you that is challenging. You're having a hard time moving on from it, is what I'm seeing. This is pain, a spiritual challenge, lesson that involve betrayal or pain or disappointment, that you really need to employ forgiveness towards yourself or someone else. And then what shows up for you is this Queen of Coins. Now this could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and they're there to help you with this. They can help you maybe work through this. This may be your partner, or it may be someone who's coming in. It could even be a potential family member. It could be the person that you need to work with in terms of letting things go in the past, letting old stuff burn away. So they're really on your side. They're facing away from you now, Gemini, but they're open to you. You might just be going like head to head with them. But this if you can employ this card, Rebirth, Judgment, this is like not having harsh judgments on someone, not being critical, but seeing that all of us have things that can be judged on us, and we really do need to employ forgiveness towards others as well as ourselves. And she is part of this equation. Whether she's going to help you with that, help you get through that if it's regarding someone else, or whether this is someone that you need to work on forgiveness with. She's on your side with this, Gemini. She wants to renew something with you, or help you renew something regarding whatever's going on here. So that's my reading for you for October, Gemini. I really see you having a lot of success with work, especially as it relates to new ideas and new opportunities. You just have to tune in to get quiet and receive that information. Even if you don't take action on it right away, it's definitely beneficial for you. And there may be something towards the end of the month that's up for review regarding old hurts, betrayals, or disappointments that really feels like a spiritual lesson. But getting help from an earth sign person or working with them is really going to help you out. If she's a counselor or a mother or a grandmother or someone with experience, she's going to have wise words for you. She's very nurturing, very grounded, very caretaking. So she's a good person to talk to about that. So that's my reading for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Gemini who you think might enjoy that message. As always, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll have a link up above. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put those down in the comment section. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.